Tiny Thor is a lively pixel art platformer that captures the spirit of old-school action with a modern edge. Its clever hammer mechanics make every throw feel rewarding, ricocheting off walls to solve puzzles and strike enemies with precision. Each stage is crafted with care, encouraging sharp reflexes and creative play. The retro visuals and energetic soundtrack create a fun rhythm that keeps the momentum going. With engaging boss fights and a satisfying sense of challenge, it's a rewarding adventure that feels built for true platforming fans. Slime Sand's Superslime Edition is a fast-paced platformer that oozes charm and creativity. With its vibrant pixel art and catchy chiptune soundtrack, the game pulls you into a quirky world inside a giant worm. Tight controls and clever level design make each stage a fun challenge, especially with the time-based mechanics and wall sliding. The additional content in the Superslime Edition adds tons of value, including new campaigns and mini-games. It's a wild, colorful ride that platforming fans will find both rewarding and addictively fun. Runbow is a chaotic, color-fueled race that turns platforming into a thrilling test of reflexes and timing. Every few seconds, the background changes, making platforms vanish and reappear in a way that keeps players alert and laughing. The multiplayer mode steals the spotlight, fueling both friendly rivalry and frantic teamwork. Its vibrant art style, punchy soundtrack, and crisp controls make each round a wild ride. Whether playing solo challenges or battling friends, it's a non-stop party that rewards quick thinking and sharp instincts. Colt Canyon is an exciting roguelike adventure in which players must rescue their abducted mate from bandits. Players must utilize revolvers and TNT to cross a dangerous canyon teeming with secret treasures, strong weaponry, obstacles, and terrifying opponents. They may even save more than their companion, but the quest is far from done. The game boasts a diverse cast of characters, local cooperative gameplay, upgrades, randomized levels, strategic stealth and exhilarating action, intense boss battles, permadeath, and exceptional replay value. Dicey Dungeons is a smart, engaging roguelike in which dice rolls yield strategic money. Each character plays wildly differently, making each run unique and entertaining. The combination of luck and strategy is wonderfully calibrated, making victory seem earned while setbacks serve as a valuable lesson. Its vibrant visual design and peppy soundtrack create a unique, appealing atmosphere that's difficult to ignore. Whether you play for a few minutes or hours, the addicting gameplay loop will have you going back for just one more roll. VASARA Collection revives classic arcade intensity with twin-stick precision and bold visual flair. Both original games and the modern remake keep the tension high, packing each moment with dodging, slashing, and clever weapon management. Enemies pour in from every corner, but the smooth controls and rewarding power-ups make every victory feel earned. The fusion of feudal Japan aesthetics and futuristic warfare gives it a distinct identity that stays memorable for anyone who enjoys fast-paced, skill-driven shoot-'em-ups. Rigid Force Redux beams with vibrant visuals and satisfying side-scrolling action. Every level feels energetic, with responsive controls and impactful weapons that make each encounter engaging. The soundtrack pumps with retro synth vibes that suit the pacing well. Smart enemy patterns and smooth difficulty scaling keep things exciting without being overwhelming. A solid arcade-style shooter that respects the classics while adding just enough freshness to keep players coming back for more. A sharp, focused title that sticks the landing. Super Treasure Arena is a one-of-a-kind game that mixes traditional arcade fun with objective-based arena shooting for 4 players. It has 6 fantasy-themed levels, 5 customizable characters, and 2 dynamic gameplay styles. players can obtain a variety of weaponry to defeat enemies. Classic mode lets players to defeat opponents by collecting cash from monsters and treasure chests, whilst Treasure Run mode requires players to survive while delivering loot-filled chests back to their home base. Top Racer Collection fires up nostalgia with classic arcade-style racing and a crisp, retro visual flair. With multiple modes and responsive controls, the gameplay feels punchy and satisfying. The soundtrack fuels the action, enhancing each track's momentum. Races stay engaging without feeling repetitive, thanks to clever course design and varying challenges. There's a good sense of speed, and local multiplayer adds that extra spark. For anyone craving some old-school fun, this collection hits the mark in a stylish way. The Coma 2 Vicious Sisters is an exciting game that takes players on a quest to discover the dark history of the Siwa area and battle the evil Vicious Sisters. The game depicts a distorted universe, a twisted and corrupted area, and mysterious characters with secret motives. Players must solve riddles and collect clues in order to confront the Vicious Sisters and their evil past. The game blends aspects of horror, mystery, and psychological thriller to provide an immersive and atmospheric experience. Super Chariot turns a simple concept into a clever and engaging puzzle platformer. The physics-based mechanics demand teamwork, precision, and timing, especially in co-op. Level design encourages exploration without feeling repetitive, and the visuals are vibrant with a whimsical art style. The humor lands well, and the challenge builds at a satisfying pace. Momentum and rope mechanics are surprisingly strategic, a smart choice for anyone who enjoys couch co-op and inventive traversal-based gameplay. Cybertrash STATYX explodes with style and attitude, pulling players into a retro-futuristic world drenched in neon chaos. The pixel art punches hard, and the synth-heavy soundtrack fuels the fast-paced action. Combat feels snappy, with each weapon upgrade adding a satisfying edge. Enemies keep players alert, and the fluid level design encourages exploration without ever dragging. Dialogue oozes rebellious energy, fitting perfectly with the dystopian vibe. It's a loud, confident game that sticks to its vision and runs wild. Hell Pie is a 3D platformer game in which players must collect components for Satan's birthday pie by grasping Nate, the demon of bad taste, horns. Players may traverse bizarre surroundings and face unpleasant individuals with his pet angel Nugget, who provides direction and can be utilized as a weapon. The game is a twisted spin on the classic mascot platformer with elements like becoming a devil, utilizing Nugget as a guide, and exploring 4 different realms. Mars 2120 is a dynamic Metroidvania game in which players take on the role of Sergeant Anna 13 Charlotte and explore the Mars colony utilizing elemental skills. In the 22nd century, the United Nations is tasked with investigating a distress signal from Mars. When gamers arrive, they face a more grim reality. They must explore numerous landscapes, discover elemental powers, and use them to defeat deadly foes. In this immersive, combat-centric action adventure, the goal is to uncover the colony's mysterious fate and navigate through the chaos. Grand Mountain Adventure Wonderlands is a fascinating mountain adventure game in which players may explore massive ski resorts and surrounding mountains. Players may take on tasks, unlock ski lifts, and enjoy the gorgeous surroundings. The game also includes local multiplayer for up to 4 players, providing limitless opportunities for racing, doing feats, and lazily walking. With realistic mechanics and amazing graphics, players may personalize their character and equipment, making the experience memorable. Porcupine is an adrenaline-fueled adventure game that takes players through over 50 difficult stages that need rapid thinking and reflexes. The game's settings are diverse and dynamic, including construction sites, valleys, and alpine peaks. With limitless lives for unending excitement, gamers may go headfirst into each level without worrying about running out of opportunities. Chainsaws and hidden eggs are also available for individuals who enjoy exploration and completion. The random element of the game adds to its thrill. Scrap Riders is a future cyberpunk adventure game in which players take on the role of Rast, a member of the Scrap Riders, an outlaw motorcycle gang. The game transports players across barren wastelands and sprawling metropolises governed by corporations. As a smuggler with a keen wit, players must overcome the difficulties of this post-apocalyptic world. The game has classic adventure gameplay, cutting comedy, a beat-em-up style, character growth and progression, a deep narrative with substantial mythology, original music written specifically for Scrap Riders, and challenging puzzles. Dr. Fetus's Mean Meat Machine is a wild, inventive mashup of puzzle mechanics and brutal platforming. It brilliantly blends the DNA of Super Meat Boy with the strategy of classic falling block games, creating a fast-paced, twitchy brain workout. The difficulty ramps up quickly, but every level feels like a puzzle worth solving. Its quirky art style, dark humor, and tight controls keep the experience fresh and addictive. Fans of challenging games with a unique twist will absolutely love what this chaotic, clever title has to offer. Gigapocalypse is pure pixel chaos in the best way. Giant monsters rampage through cities, leaving nothing but rubble behind. The destruction feels satisfying, and the upgrades add a fun layer of progression. Every kaiju has a unique style, and unleashing their powers never gets old. The retro visuals hit just right, and the soundtrack punches with energy. There's a fun rhythm to smashing, earning, and evolving. Anyone looking for some monster-sized mayhem will find this a wild and enjoyable ride worth stomping through. Beyond a Steel Sky thrives on smart puzzles, sharp writing, and a clever sci-fi narrative. Its world feels alive, packed with witty dialogue and thoughtful design. The art direction, inspired by comic legends, gives every scene a unique flavor. Characters have personality, the story carries weight, and humor lightens just enough of the tension. It's easy to get lost in Union City's layers, both visually and thematically. For those who enjoy story-driven games with a good dose of brainwork, this one sticks in the mind. The Coma 2B Catacomb is a survival horror adventure and a precursor to the series. Players must cross the terrifying mirror dimension and the warped Sewa district, where they will encounter a range of individuals, each with their own story and secrets. The game strikes a balance between exploration and survival, using the player's illumination as both a tool and a liability. The game includes a never-ending pursuit, a Doka-AB market, dark mysteries, resource management, unlocking tools and upgrades, and stealth mechanics. Hammer Kid is an epic adventure game in which players must journey through 4 magical worlds, each with its own set of obstacles and magnificent scenery. Players must complete 40 large levels while confronting a plethora of clever and scary adversaries. Hidden riches may be found around the globe, and players must gather green and red gems to unlock improvements and mysteries. The game has a retro music, taking players back to the golden age of gaming. The game is a fascinating journey for vintage aficionados, demonstrating the power of a hammer to overcome hardship. Sea Fantasy is a charming underwater adventure that beautifully blends exploration, light puzzle solving, and an emotionally rich story. The vibrant ocean world feels alive, with stunning visuals and a relaxing soundtrack that perfectly complements the gameplay. Characters are whimsical yet grounded, offering surprisingly heartfelt moments. Controls are intuitive, and progression feels rewarding without ever being too demanding. It's the kind of game that invites you to slow down, breathe deep, and enjoy the journey. A delightful escape that's hard to put down.
Hunt down every last flute.
The Inner World: The Last Wind Monk is a beautifully crafted point-and-click adventure with heart, humor, and charm. The quirky art style and expressive characters pull you into a whimsical world that's both strange and endearing. Puzzles are clever without being frustrating, and the story delivers a touching message wrapped in witty dialogue and absurd moments. Voice acting is top-notch, bringing each character to life in a memorable way. It's a delightful journey for fans of narrative-driven games and clever puzzle solving.